Dear viewers, welcome to the course System Software and Compilers. This is session 4 of Model 1. Myself, Satisha MS, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Canara Engineering College, Bantwal, Mangalore. In this session, we are going to discuss machine dependent assembler features, instruction format and addressing modes of SIC bar XC machine. Here we consider the design and implementation of an assembler for the more complex XC version, that is extended version of SIC machine. Machine dependent assembler feature. In the previous session, that is with respect to SIC machine, we have already studied how to calculate the object code for an instruction of SIC machine. In this session, we are going to study how to calculate the object code for SIC bar XC machine. All the instruction of SIC is of length 3 bytes, and by keeping in that mind, you have calculated the object code for SIC machine. But with respect to SIC bar XC machine, the instructions can be belongs to a format 2, format 3, format 4. There are four instructions format. There are four instruction format. One is format 1 of length 1 byte, format 2 of length 2 byte, format 3 of length 3 bytes, and format 4 of length 4 bytes. So how to identify the instruction belongs to format 2, format 3 or format 4? For that purpose, we have included some of the extra operands with respect to an instruction of SIC bar XC machine. Suppose with respect to an instruction of SIC bar XC, if the operand is prefixed with at, that is in the line number 70, you can see this operand of example program of SIC bar XC. If it is prefixed with at, then it is called as indirect addressing. If the operand is prefixed with the hash, then you can call it as immediate addressing. And if the instruction is having an assembler directive base, then you can make use of that value in the base register for the base relative addressing. If the instruction of format 3 in SIC bar XC, then you need to calculate the displacement. Displacement is calculated either by using the PC relative, that is program counter relative, or by using the base relative, depending upon the situation. If you wanted to calculate the address using base relative addressing mode, then you need the base register value. You can store the value to a base register by using the assembler directive base. Then if the instruction is prefixed with a plus, then that is called as a format 4 instruction, extended format, that is format 4 instruction. And register to register instructions, register to register instructions take less time, they are faster and do not require any memory references. Before we start with the calculation of object code for the instructions of SIC bar XC machine, let us see some of the instructions of SIC bar XC machine, how the instructions looks like. Suppose if the instruction is like opcode followed by an operand is belongs to a format 3, in that case the displacement can be calculated either by using the PC relative or by using the base relative. If the instruction of the form opcode followed by at, then operand, then it is indirect addressing mode. Then opcode followed by hash followed by an operand, then it is immediate addressing mode. If the instruction of the form plus, and if the instruction is prefixed with a plus followed by opcode, and an operand, then it belongs to format 4, that is extended format. Then if the instruction of the form opcode followed by operand comma x, then it is index addressing mode. If generally if the instructions with no operand is also belongs to a format 2, format 2, that is register to register instruction. So here generally the instruction with no operand belongs to format 1, but only such 6 instructions belongs to format 1. Other instruction like compare or with no operand is belongs to format 2. The instructions with no operand belongs to format 1 or FIX, that is fixed, then float, HIO, NORM, norm, SIO, and TIO. These are the 6 instructions without any operand belongs to format 1. All other instructions without any operand is belongs to format 2, format 2. Then here these are the registers what we have used with respect to SIC bar XC machine. A accumulator, X index register, L, B, S, T, F, PC, SW, and value of this we have assigned a value for all these registers is like 0 is for A, 1 is for X, 2 is for L, 3 is for B base register, 4 for S, 5 X, like this. Then all these registers and the corresponding values of those registers will be preloaded into a symbol table. Instruction formats and addressing mode. These instruction formats and addressing modes plays a very major role in calculating the object code for the SIC by XC machine instructions. There are 4 instructions format. One is a format 1, as I already mentioned that format 1 of length 1 byte. It's generally like this. It looks like this. We'll be having only the opcode followed by nothing. There is no operand for such instruction. The instructions of SIC or SIC bar XC machine is in the form of label followed by opcode followed by operand. So here the format 1 instruction will be having only the opcode, but don't get confused that even the format 2 instruction is also having only the opcode. The only 6 instructions belongs to a format 1. Those 6 instructions are FIC, that is fix, float, HIO, norm, SIO, and TIO. All other instructions belongs to format 2 except these 6 instructions. All other instructions with no operand is belongs to format 2. Then format 2, the length of the format 2 is 2 bytes, 2 bytes, that is 16 bits. 1 byte is equal to 8 bits. So out of 16 bits, first 8 bits is for opcode, then next 4 bits is for register 1, and last 4 bits is for register 2. So this type of instructions like opcode followed by register 1 as an one operand, register 2 as an another operand belongs to format 2. This is plays a very major role in calculating the object code of instruction. Then format 3 of length 3 bytes. So out of 24 bits, first 6 bits is for opcode. First 6 bits is for opcode. Then next n, that is indirect. I immediate addressing, X is index addressing, B base relative, P PC relative, and then E, then that is extra extended format. Then last 12 bits is for displacement. Okay, So first 6 bits is for storing an opcode. Then next 6 bits N, I, X, B, P, E. N is indirect addressing, I is immediate addressing, X is index addressing, B is a base addressing, P is a program counter, E is an extended, then displacement. Then format 4 is of size 4 bytes. Out of 4 bytes, first 6 bits is for opcode, then again NIXBPE, then last 20 bits is for address. So these are the four instructions format you should keep in mind while calculating the opcode for a SIC bar XC machine. Addressing modes, as I mentioned earlier, the instruction format and addressing mode plays a very major role in calculating the object code of an instruction. Here, these are the two addressing modes for format 3. To use format 3, use of base register and program counter is there. So here, base register, if the displacement is calculated by using the base relative addressing mode, by that time the B bit is set to 1 and P bit is set to 0. So target address is equal to base plus displacement. Target address is equal to base plus displacement. This is the formula. With respect to program counter relative, that is PC relative, then the B bit set to 0, then P bit set to 1. And formula for target address is equal to PC plus displacement. PC plus displacement. So by making use of these two addressing modes, we are calculating the object code for the instructions of SIC bar XC machine. So here one thing you should keep in mind that all the instructions is generally start with a program counter relative. If the displacement is not fit to PC relative, then we will shift to base relative. So here it is very important to understand that base and no base are assembler directives and produce no executable code. The program must provide instruction that load the proper value into the base register during the execution. If this is not done properly, the target address calculation will not produce the correct operand address. The base is used to store the base register, that is value to a register B. This is an example program. This is an example program for SIC bar XE machine. So here the name of the program is copy and starting address of the program is 0. And as I already mentioned that the line numbers is just for our reference. There is no extra meaning for these line numbers. And if the line starts with a dot is a comment line. So in the next slides onwards, we'll see how to calculate the object code for these instructions. So I have not included the entire program. So I included only the first section of the program. In this program, there are three sections. Out of three sections, I have included only the first section here. Okay. So now we'll see how to generate the object code for the given program of SIC bar XE machine. Here name of the program is copy, then starting address of the program is 0. The process of generating an object code for a given instruction of SIC bar XE machine will be in two passes. In the pass 1 of an algorithm, you are going to generate an location counter value. We are going to generate the location counter value, and then in the pass 2, by making use of this location counter value, with the help of this location counter value, you are going to generate the object code. So here the important thing you should keep in mind is that there is no object code for the assembler directive. This you people have already studied in the previous section also. So start is an assembler directive, so that's why there is no object code. Again, base is another assembler directive. This base is used to store the value to a base register B. So here base length means the value of the operand length is going to be stored into a base register B. So since it is an assembly directive, there is no object code. So other assembly directives are byte, reserve word and reserve byte. So here with respect to byte, this C stands for character constant, EOF. Here we are just mentioning the character constant values in the object code. So here the ASCII value of E is 45, ASCII value of O is 4F, ASCII value of F is 46. Just mentioning the constant values of these characters. 45 is an ASCII value of E, 4F is an ASCII value of O, 46 is an ASCII value of F. So that's why there is no object code with respect to an assembler directive. Start, base, byte, reserve word and reserve byte. So your plus stands for instruction format 4. So hash stands for immediate addressing. Here hash length, hash 0, hash 3 and at is an indirect addressing mode. So here the object code for the first instruction, that is for the first STL return address 17202D, object code is 17202D. For the instruction first STL return address, the object code for this instruction is 17202D. Before generating an object code, so the first phase of an assembler will generate a location counter value. So to generate the location counter value, you have to decide with the uh, length of the instruction. So to decide with the length of the instruction, you have to see the what is say addressing modes, sorry, the instruction format. With the help of the instruction format, you will decide the length of the instruction. Here first STL, so this is of length 3. See, opcode followed by an operand, it belongs to an instruction format 3. So therefore length is 3. So that's why I will add 3. Then LDB, so opcode followed by an operand, I will add again 3. So that's why 0 plus 3 is 3, 3 plus 3 is 6. So one thing you should keep in mind is that these are all hexadecimal value. Then as I already mentioned that if the opcode is prefixed with a plus, then it belongs to an instruction format 4. The instruction format 4 of length 4 bytes. So that's why you have to add 4 to this location counter value. 6 plus 4, it becomes 10, that is A. So next, again it is instruction format 3, D plus 3 becomes 1 0, then again 1 0, that is 0 plus 3 becomes 3. So again here it is plus, so it is of instruction format 4 of length 4. So therefore 3 plus 4 becomes 7. So like that you calculate the location counter value for an instruction. So once the location counter value is ready, then we'll see how to calculate the object code. So next, consider the instruction read record clear X. So here this instruction is belongs to a format 3 because the operand is a register. Operand is a register. So here only one register is mentioned, another register is not mentioned. So here the length of this instruction is 2. So that's why 1036 plus 2 becomes 1038. So again here also of length 2, again operand is a register, then 1038 plus 2 becomes 103A. So the translation of register to register instruction, right, generating an object code of an instruction is having a register as an operand is very easy. So here you just convert the mnemonic operation code to a machine language. Here this mnemonic operation code will be converted easily to a machine language. So just mention the number of this register. Here the opcode for the clear is B4. Opcode for the clear operational code is B4 and the number of register X is 1. Only one register is mentioned, that's why other register is 0. So clear A, so B4 value of A is 0, the number assigned to a register A is 0, other register is not mentioned, that's why it is 0. So clear S, again clear is B4, the number assigned to S is 4 and another register is not assigned, that's why it is 0. So this is how we can generate an object code for the instruction is having a register as a operand, register as a operand. Here it is byte x means hexadecimal. So hexadecimal constant is mentioned here in the object code part of the instruction. So now here clear x, it's of length 2. This instruction of length 2 because you have an register as an operand, register as an operand. So 105D plus 2 becomes 105F. Then LDT length, the operand is not a register and it's not prefixed with a plus. Therefore, it belongs to an instruction format 3 of length 3. So that's why you will add 3 to a previous value. So 105F becomes 1062 after adding 3. So the important thing you should keep in mind is that if the instruction with no operand, it belongs to a format 2. As I already mentioned that there are 6 opcode, or there are 6 instructions with no operand belongs to format 1, except those 6 instruction. Other instruction with no operand belongs to format 2, and the instruction with register as an operand belongs to format 2, and the instruction with operand is not a register, then it belongs to format 3. Then instruction, if the opcode is prefixed with a plus, then it belongs to format 4. The length of that instruction is 4. Length of that instruction is 4. So here byte x05, you have to mention the hexadecimal constant here in the object code part of the instruction. So in the previous slide, you people have studied how to calculate the length of the instruction, and also if you have seen the object code, how to calculate the object code for the instruction is having a register as an operand, So calculate the object code for the instruction is having a register as an operand is very easy. You just mention the opcode of an operational code and then the value of the register. Now we'll see how to calculate the object code for the instruction of format 3 and format 4. Let us consider the instruction which is present in the line number 10, that is first STL return address. So here the operand is not a register, so therefore it belongs to a format 3. It's not belongs to format 4 because the opcode is not prefixed with a plus symbol. So first STL return address, it belongs to an instruction format 3. The syntax of the instruction format 3 is looks like this. So first 6 bits is for opcode, then NIXBPE, and then displacement. Okay. So let us take the opcode for STL. Opcode for STL is 14. You will get the opcode for all the operational codes in the opcode table, which has been given in the appendix part of the textbook. You can go through that. So opcode for STL is 14. So you mention this in a binary in the opcode part of an instruction. So binary of 1 is 0001. Since the opcode length is only 6 bits, so therefore 4 is represented using 01. And by looking at the operand, it's neither an uh, immediate nor indirect. So immediate means it should be prefixed with a hash. Indirect means it should be prefixed with at. So it is neither immediate nor indirect. So therefore n and I will be 1. In case of neither immediate nor indirect, then n and I value is 1. And it's not indexing. Suppose if you have comma x, then x value will be 1. Here comma x is not there, so therefore it is 0. and by this time we cannot declare that whether it is belongs to a base relative or piece relative. So that's why I have not written anything with respect to B and P. And as I already mentioned that it is not extended format, E is 0. If the instruction is of format 4, then E bit is set to 1, otherwise it is 0. So then we'll see how to calculate the displacement. Hope you will get up to this point. So opcode for STL is 1 4. So binary of 1 is 0001, binary of 4 is 01, because it's only a 6 bits. So here operand is neither immediate nor indirect, so therefore n and I is 1 1. In all the cases, neither immediate nor indirect, then n and I is 1 1. If it is indirect, n is 1, I is 0. If it is immediate, I is 1, n is 0. Neither immediate nor indirect, both n and I is 1 and 1. It's not indexing, x is 0. It's not extended format, therefore I is 0. So you know that with respect to a piece relative or a base relative, first we'll assume that all the instructions, the addressing will be calculated by assuming the PC relative. So therefore target address is equal to PC plus displacement. We know the address of an operand, we know the address of an operand, and we know the value of the PC, that is program counter. What will be there in the program counter? The address of the next instructions to be executed. By looking at the program, we will get a value of PC also, and we will get the address of an operand. We'll get an address of an operand. Once you calculate the location counter value for all the instruction, then address will get easily, and PC, the program counter value, also be obtained easily. Then only thing is that we need to calculate the displacement value. So how to calculate the displacement value? So displacement value will be calculated, displacement is equal to target address minus PC. Target address minus PC. So target address means address of the operand, address of this operand. PC means program counter, address of the next instruction. So here is target address is 0030. Program counter, that is the address of the return, the address of the operand is 0030. The address of the next instruction is 0003. So subtract these two value. So here take one to this side. 1 means, as I already mentioned, that it is 16 because it is hexadecimal value. So if we subtract 16 minus 3 becomes 13. 13 equivalent of hexadecimal is D. Okay. So here it becomes 16. 16 minus 3 D. Here it is 2, 0 and 0. You discard this leftmost 0 because the length of the displacement is only 12 bits. Only 3 digits can be specified. Here this is 0, this value is 0, then only you can discard. So other than 0 you should not discard, you have to go for the base relative. That means it should not fit into piece relative, you have to go for the base relative. That we will see, that example we will see in the next slide. So here this can be discarded because this is 0. So therefore the displacement is 0 2D, 0 2D. So these are all the hexadecimal subtraction, So therefore we can say that it's not base relative. So therefore base value is a B bit is set to 0, it's a PC relative. So therefore P bit is set to 1. So then you write the remaining values here. So n and I is 1, x is 0, b is also 0 because it's not base relative, p set to 1, and e is 0 because it's not format 4, then 0 2d. Then convert this, the object code becomes 17202d. How it becomes 17? So we group all these numbers 4 digits. So this 4 digit 0001, next 4 digits, that is 0 111, then next four digits, so first digit is 1, next 0111 becomes 7, 0010 is 2, then binary equivalent of 0 is 0000, binary equivalent of 2 is 0010, binary equivalent of D is 1101. So therefore object code of this is 17202D, that we have seen in the previous slide also. With when I displayed the program, we have seen this value. So this is how we can calculate the object code. Now let us take the next instruction, LDB hash length. LDB hash length. Here the operand is not a register. Operand is not a register, and it's not prefixed with the opcode is not prefixed with the plus. So therefore it belongs to format 3. Instruction format is 3. So take the syntax of the instruction format 3, opcode NIXBPE displacement. So opcode for LDB is 68. These are all the hexadecimal value. Don't call it as 68. It is 68. 68. So then write the binary representation of 6. Binary representation of 6 is 0, 1, 1, 0. Then 8 is 1, 0. 8 is 1, 0. So up to this it is opcode. Up to this part it is opcode. And you know the operand is prefixed with a hash. So therefore it is immediate addressing. So that's why n value is 0 and I value is 1. So in the previous case it's neither immediate nor indirect. That's why both n and I value is 1. But in this case it is hash. It is prefixed with a hash. It is immediate. So therefore n value is 0, I value is 1. It is not indexing. Therefore x is 0. And we don't know whether it is base relative or piece relative. So therefore b and p is not decided at this point of time. And you know it is not extended format instruction. This instruction is not belongs to format 4. So therefore I bit is set to 0. Then displacement is 12. So now we'll calculate the displacement. So target address, first we'll assume that it is PC relative. So target address is equal to displacement plus PC. So therefore displacement is equal to target address minus PC. So what is the target address? That is the address of this length is 0033. Then program counter is 0006. So 3 minus 6 is not possible. So therefore it becomes 16. Take 16 this side. 16 plus 3 becomes 19. So taking 1 this side means it is 16 because it is hexadecimal. With respect to decimal number, it is 10. With respect to hexadecimal, it is 16. 16 plus 3, 19. 19 minus 6, 13. So 13 means D. Then 2, 0, 2D. Again the displacement with respect to this also is 0, 2D. So now it is opcode. N value is 0, I value is 1 because it is immediate. X value is 0, it's not base relative, it is PC relative, therefore it is 1, E is 0, and then displacement is 0, 2D. So if I represent it in a binary, so here if I group four numbers 0 0 sorry 0 1 1 0, then 1 0 0 1, 1 0 0 1, then 0 0 1 0, then 0 2D. So 69202D, 69202D is the object code. 69202D is an object code. We will get to know the necessity of calculating the displacement in the next topic. Now let us take one more instruction, that is JC loop, which is present in the line number 40, and we'll see how to calculate the object code for this instruction JC loop. Here again the operand of this instruction is not a register, and it's not prefixed with the opcode is not prefixed with the plus. So therefore this is also a instruction format 3. This is syntax of the instruction format 3. Opcode for J is 3C. Opcode for J is 3C. The binary representation of 3 is 0011. C is 11. And here it is neither immediate nor indirect. So therefore N and I is 11. It's not indexing, therefore X is 0. And we'll see whether it is base or piece relative. As I already mentioned that generally we are assuming that initially piece relative, base is 0, p is 1, and it's not extended, it's not instruction format 4, therefore E is 0, and displacement. So it's 12 bytes. Now we'll see the displacement value. Target address is equal to displacement plus PCR. PC plus displacement runs the same. Displacement is equal to target address minus PC. So here the target address is 0006 and PC is 001A. So this number, that is the second number, is greater than the first number. So while subtracting, the smaller one will be subtracted with the larger number. So therefore, for easy calculation purpose, I will subtract, like I will return once again like 001A and 006. So as you know that while subtracting, if the second number is larger than the first one, you have to subtract the uh, you subtract the smaller number with the larger one. So 001A minus 0006. So it becomes if I subtract A means 10, 10 minus 6 is 4. Here it is 1, then 0. Last number can be neglected because the length of the displacement is only 12 bits, and we will mention the since the number is subtracted with a larger one, so therefore we will written as a minus sign, minus a negative number, we will get a negative number. Say for example, 6 minus 2 is 4, but 2 minus 6 is again 4, but with minus symbol, it is minus 4. Okay, so 6 minus 2 is 4 plus 4, but 2 minus 6 is minus 4. So like that we have taken this, we will get a negative number. When you subtract, we will get a negative number. How to represent the negative number? Negative numbers are represented by using the 2's complements. So this is the 0 1 4. Binary representation of 0 is 0 0 0 0, then 1 is 0 0 0 1, then 4 is 0 1 0 0. How to get the 2's complement? First you obtain the 1's complement. So this is the 1's complement, 1 1 1, then 1 1 1 0, then 1 0 1 1. Zeros will becomes 1, ones become 0 with respect to 1's complement. Then you add 1 to the 1's complement, you will get 2's complement. So the 2's complement of this is 1 1 0, 1 carry, then 1 1 0, again 1 carry, 1 0 1, then rest all you write as it is. So it becomes FEC. So displacement becomes FEC. How I got FEC? Because here when I did a subtraction, I will get a negative number. So negative numbers are represented by using the 2's complement. So how to get the 2's complement? First to obtain the 1's complement, add 1 to it, you will get a 2's complement. So displacement is FEC. Then you group 4 digits each, you will get the object code is first 3, then F. So 0001, sorry, 0011 is 3, then next 4 digit is F, then next 4 digit is 0010, that is 2, then the displacement is FEC. So therefore it is 3F2FEC. So this is the object code of an instruction JC loop. Let us take one more instruction STCH buffer comma X, which is present in the line number 160 of your instruction, sorry, of your program, of your given program. So STCH buffer comma X, again the operand is not a register, and the opcode is not prefixed with a plus. So therefore this is also belongs to a format 3. So opcode is 6, NIXBPE, then displacement. So opcode for STCH is 54. Opcode for STCH is 54. So the binary equivalent of 5 is 0101. 4 is 01 because the length is only 6 bits. So here it is neither immediate nor indirect. So therefore n and I is 1. N and I is 1. And comma x, it's index addressing. So the x bit is also set to 1. Now here we have set b bits to 1 and p bit is to 0, and e bit is 0. So why e bit is 0? Because it's not a format 4. So we'll see why the b bit is set to 1. In the previous examples what we have discussed, the b bit is always 0, p bit is set to 1. But here we set b bit to 1. We'll see how. So therefore target address is equal to displacement plus PC. So therefore displacement is equal to target address minus PC. So the target address, the address of the buffer is 0036. Here the program counter is 1051. The program counter is 1051. So here the second number is a larger one. So therefore you subtract 1051 0036, you will get 101B. You will get 101B. Here the leftmost digit is not 0. So if it is in the previous cases what you have discussed, it's always 0 that we have discarded. Here we cannot discard. So first we start with the PC. So therefore the displacement what you have obtained is not fit into the 12-bit displacement. 12-bit displacement. So it becomes 101B. So therefore you have to go for base relative. It exceeds the range of a displacement. It exceeds the range of the displacement. Range is mentioned in your textbook. While reading the textbook you will get to know the range. It exceeds the range, so therefore you will go for the base relative. So target, we change the formula now. So earlier we assumed that it is PC relative, now it is base relative. So target address is equal to base plus displacement, base plus displacement. Now we should know the address of the base register, or value of the base register. Value of the base register, you should know the value of the base register. So in the line number 13 of your program, they have set the base register value. The length, the operand length value is stored as a base register value. Operand length value is stored as a base register value, that you have to consider here. So the base register value is 0033. So how we got to know that it is 0033? It's the base register value. So how we set the base register value? By executing the assembly directive base that you have done in the line number 13. In the line number 13 we have an instruction base length, that is length value is a base register value. The operand length is 0033, 0033, and target address is the next instruction to be executed, that is program count. Sorry, the base is 0033, the length value. Then target address is 0036, that is the address of the buffer. So subtract this, we will get 0003. So that is the displacement now, 0003. Hope you it is clear. So with respect to PC, that the result what you obtained is not fit into the displacement. It exceeds the displacement range. It exceeds the displacement range. That's why you'll go for a base relative. Other instructions also you have to do like this. First you have to try with the PC. If it is not fit into the displacement, then you go for the base relative addressing. So base relative, you have to see the base register value. So base register value will be set by executing the assembly directive base. Then subtract this, you will get 003. So finally group them into 4 digits, you will get 57C003. How you got 57? So 4 digits, 0101, then 0111, that is 7, then C is 1100, then finally displacement is 003. Got 57C003. So far we have seen how to calculate the object code for the instruction of format 2 and instruction of format 3. With respect to instruction of format 3, we have considered the different examples to see how to calculate the object code. Now we'll see how to calculate the object code for an instruction of format 4. Instruction of format 4, C loop plus JSUB read record. So here opcode is prefixed with a plus, so it belongs to format 4. This is syntax of a format 4, instruction format 4. 6-bit opcode NIXBPE, then last 20 bits is for an address. Then opcode for JSUB is 48. Opcode for JSUB is 48. Write on the binary representation of 48. 0100 is 4. Then 8 is 10. Up to this it's an opcode. Up to this is an opcode. Then after the opcode NIXBPE, look at the operand field. It's neither immediate nor indirect. So therefore n and I value is 1. Then it's not indexing, x is 0. So since here we are not calculating the displacement, because address field itself is 20 bits. So B and P is always 0. Then extended format, it's an format 4 instruction. Therefore E bit is set to 1. Then address is the address of the operand read record. Address is 1036. Since address field is 20 bits, you have to append 0 to the beginning. Address becomes 01036. Then group these 4 digits. 4 0100 becomes 4, 1011 becomes B, then 0001 becomes 1. Then this is the address field 1036. 01036 is the address. So object code of this is 4B101036 is the opcode for an instruction C loop plus JServe read record, that is instruction of format 4. Content of this presentation is from the textbook System Software by D. Manjula, 3rd edition 2012. Thank you. Thank you one and all.